All right, people occasionally ask me for advice on how do they exercise properly, or how to get in shape, how to get stronger, how to lose fat, how to gain muscle, and all these things. And from an outsider's point of view, even these questions may be confusing to them as to like, what's the difference? What's the overlap between each of these goals, and what's their best bang for their buck? What should they do if they get into a gym? And yeah, whatever your goal is, these answers are different, but the goal of this video is to provide a very high-level overview of how to achieve your goals, how to get in shape, and to provide kind of like the keywords and like topics that you can dive down deeper into learning if you care to. So regardless of what you want to actually do, whether it's become a better athlete, or to just lose weight, or to just get really strong, regardless, there are pretty much three essential pieces. One is your nutrition, two is the exercise, and three is your sleep. So the nutrition is important, obviously, because it's the fuel that provides your body nutrients. You can think of it like a plant. You need good fertilizer, you need good nutrients in order to grow. It's as simple as that. Your exercise is important because it is essentially the thing that you're doing to get better at that thing. You're either trying to, enhance your performance at moving a certain way, like what athletes do, or you're trying to get stronger. So it's the frequency to which you do something and the intensity that you do it. All these things affect what you get out of it and how you shape your body. Obviously, exercise is very important. I think a lot of people often put a lot of importance on that, and they think it's everything, but the nutrition and the sleep are also very important. So why is sleep so important? Basically, when you exercise, especially when you're doing things with fast twitching muscles, so slow twitching muscles are kind of more endurance-based things. So like when you're running long distances, or when you're swimming a long distance, that definitely burns muscle. But when you're really, regardless of the type of exercise you're doing, when you work out, your muscles are breaking apart. You're tearing your muscles apart. Sometimes people think that as soon as you work out, your muscles are immediately getting bigger. That's not the case. They're tearing apart, and then it's thanks to sleep, rest, and protein that your muscles repair themselves. They rebuild, and that's how they become stronger. So all three of these elements are important regardless of how you want to get in shape. So as for nutrition, there's a lot of stuff, and I won't go too much into depth. I'll just say that basically if you want to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. The amount of calories that your body needs to maintain a metabolic stable point, you need to have fewer calories than that, which can be from a combination of just consuming fewer calories than what you're used to, and also the amount of calories that you expend. There's a give and take. You get calories from food, you expend calories by doing exercises. And if you want to build muscle, it really helps to be in a caloric surplus. Anybody just going to the gym for the first time, they have something called newbie gains that people like to say, because it's pretty much anything you do, your body isn't used to it, so you're going to build some muscle. But if you really want to bulk and get really big, you need to be at least in a little bit of a caloric surplus. It helps. And calories are not everything. If one person consumes 2,500 calories for a few weeks, and then say later they adjust their diet and they're still consuming 2,500 calories, their diets are not all equal. It really depends on where those calories are coming from. Without getting too much in specifics, is basically all your calories come from three macronutrients. Those macronutrients are fats, carbs, and proteins. So if you look on any nutritional label, you can add up the calories. You can look this up, but basically your calories are coming from those three things: fats, carbs, and proteins. So the important thing also, if you really get picky, is not only the amount of calories that you're consuming, but where those calories are coming from. What is your distribution of fats compared to your carbs, compared to your proteins? And it's very easy for a lot of people to eat more fats than what they should. It's just the food that we have, the food that's available to us. It's very easy to overconsume fat. Fat is useful though. It's the saturated fats that usually are, the bad fats that we have, and they don't really help us too much. But your body does need fat in order to live, and fat is essentially stored energy. It keeps your body going, and also kind of from a survival standpoint, it's saying like, I'm storing this energy in case I ever need it in the future. So that's fats. Carbs are essentially the main building block that gives you energy. It sustains your overall bodily functions, your day-to-day, keeps your organs going, and it also really helps you for when you're doing exercises. You may have heard runners will carb up, or soccer players will carb up the day before a big race or a big game. And yeah, that comes from carbs providing you energy. Good sources of carbs are whole grains, vegetables. So also, there are simple carbs and there are complex carbs. Simple carbs are sugars. So like when kids have a sugar rush, it really is like, evidence. The sugar is a type of energy. It's giving them immediate energy. That's what simple carbs do. Complex carbs are kind of the long withstanding energy that you need for long endurance activities. So carbs are good. Proteins are good. Proteins, like I hinted on before, are the ingredient that repairs your muscles. Yeah, so in general, if you don't care to count your calories, if you don't care to monitor every single thing you eat, good takeaways are, and everybody's different, but in general, most people could benefit from the advice of just eating plenty of fruits and vegetables. Also trying to lower your saturated fats. And dairy is often high in saturated fats. So try to limit the ice cream. Try to limit chocolate. Try to limit whole milk. Switch to 1% or 2% or almond milk. And try to eat better sources of carbs, more complex carbs, I should say. Try to eat more whole grains, coming from vegetables, fruits, things like baked potatoes, and pasta, brown pasta and rice. So that's all I'll say for nutrition for now. So as for exercise, there are a lot of different types of exercises that you can do. And maybe I'll try to draw out a diagram.